know what? The American muscle car market is going through the biggest change in its entire history right now. Ford's Mustang is evolving with turbocharged engines and hybrid options. Chevrolet brought back the Camaro before killing it again. Toyota's GR Supra keeps the sports car dream alive with BMW engineering. And every enthusiast is asking the same question: can muscle cars survive in an electric future? But here's the thing, Dodge just did something that nobody thought they'd actually do. They killed the legendary HEMI V8. After decades of tire smoking, exhaust-roaring V8-powered dominance, Dodge said goodbye to the engine that defined them. And in its place, they built something that's making muscle car fans either furious or fascinated. Welcome back to Axion Auto, where we dive deep into the vehicles that spark the biggest debates in the automotive world. Today we're talking about something controversial, emotional, and honestly kind of heartbreaking for traditional muscle car fans. The 2026 Dodge Charger Daytona EV. This isn't just another electric car. This is the death of an era and the birth of something completely different. The first electric muscle car that Dodge is betting will carry the Charger legacy into the future. And honestly, people have strong feelings about this. Really strong feelings. Because this isn't just about a new car. It's about the end of the HEMI era. The end of that supercharged V8 sound that made your chest vibrate. The end of an American automotive icon that defined performance for generations. And here's what makes this so complicated. Dodge didn't half-measure this. They didn't just put an electric motor in the old Charger body and call it a day. They designed a completely new electric muscle car from the ground up. They even added fake exhaust sound because they know muscle. Car fans want to hear something. But is that enough? Can an electric car ever truly be a muscle car? Let me show you what Dodge built, and you can decide for yourself whether this is evolution or betrayal. I'm standing right here in front of the 2026 Dodge Charger Daytona EV, and I'll be honest with you, this thing looks absolutely menacing. Love it or hate it, you cannot ignore this car. The front end is wild. There's this massive aerodynamic element called the R-wing that spans the entire front of the car. It's functional aerodynamics that channels air through the front, instead of a traditional grille because, well, there's no engine to cool anymore. The LED headlights are sharp and aggressive. The hood is sculpted with power bulges that hint at performance, even though there's no V8 underneath. The Dodge badge sits proudly in the center. And honestly, from the front, this looks mean, angry even. Like Dodge is daring you to say something about it being electric. From the side, the proportions are pure muscle car. Long hood, short deck, aggressive stance. This is still a four-door Charger, which means it's practical enough for daily use. While still being a performance car, the body lines are sharp and angular. The fender flares are muscular. The roofline flows back aggressively. And those wheels, depending on the trim, are absolutely massive. This doesn't look like a Tesla or a Polestar or any other electric sedan. This looks like a Dodge Charger just evolved for a new era. The rear is where the Charger Daytona really makes its statement. There's a full-width LED taillight bar that spans the entire back of the car. Modern, aggressive, and unmistakably Dodge. The Charger Daytona badging is prominent. And here's something interesting. There are quad exhaust tips back there, but they're not real exhausts. They're design elements. Visual callbacks to muscle car heritage on a car that makes no exhaust sound. Some people think that's cool. Some people think it's fake and ridiculous. That pretty much sums up the entire debate around this car. Now, here's the engineering that makes this an electric muscle car. And honestly, the performance numbers are genuinely impressive. The base model, if you can call it that, is called the Charger Daytona RT. It has a single electric motor producing around 450 horsepower. That's already more powerful than a lot of V8 muscle cars from just a few years ago. But Dodge didn't stop there. The Charger Daytona Scat Pack gets dual motors, all-wheel drive, and over 600 horsepower. 600 from electricity. And the top-tier Charger Daytona SRT Banshee, yeah, they actually called it Banshee, produces over 800 horsepower. 800 horsepower from instant electric torque that hits the moment you touch the accelerator. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in around 3 seconds on the high-performance models. The quarter mile comes in the low 11s. These are legitimately fast numbers that rival or beat the old Hellcat models in straight-line acceleration. But here's the thing everyone's debating. Is it the same? Electric torque is instant. There's no build-up, no drama, no anticipation. You press the pedal and you're gone. It's brutally effective, but completely different from the experience of a supercharged V8 that builds power as the RPMs climb. The sound is different too. Dodge engineered something they call the Fratzonic Chambered Exhaust. It's a speaker system that creates artificial muscle car sound. It's loud, it's aggressive, but it's fake, and muscle car purists absolutely hate it. Others think it's a clever compromise. It's the most divisive feature on the entire car. The battery pack is reportedly around 90 kilowatt hours. Range is estimated at over 300 miles, which is respectable for an electric performance car. Charging capability supports DC fast charging, meaning you can add significant range in under 30 minutes at a proper charging station. The platform is Stellantis' new STLA large electric architecture, shared with other future electric performance vehicles from the company. Let me take you inside because Dodge actually did a really good job with the interior, and this is where the car starts winning some people over. The dashboard is completely modern with a massive horizontal touchscreen display that dominates the center stack. It runs Stellantis' latest Uconnect system with all the features you'd expect. Wireless connectivity, navigation, performance data logging, everything. The digital instrument cluster is fully customizable, showing battery status, power output, range, and performance metrics. The steering wheel is flat-bottomed and sporty with paddle shifters that control regenerative braking levels. The seats are aggressively bolstered performance, buckets with either leather or Alcantara depending on trim. They hold you in place during hard cornering and look genuinely sporty. The materials throughout the cabin are high quality. Carbon fiber accents on higher trims, metal trim pieces, ambient lighting that can be customized to your preference. This interior feels premium and modern while still maintaining that Dodge performance attitude. The rear seats are surprisingly spacious for a four-door coupe design. Adults can actually sit back there comfortably, which makes this car practical for daily use or even family duties if needed. Technology includes all the modern driver assistance features: adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking. Dodge knows this car needs to be a daily driver, not just a weekend toy, so they equipped it properly. Now, let's talk about pricing because this is where things get interesting and honestly kind of expensive. The base 2026 Dodge Charger Daytona RT is expected to start around $60,000. That's the single motor, rear-wheel drive version with 450 horsepower. The Charger Daytona Scat Pack, with dual motors and over 600 horsepower, will probably start around $75,000 to $80,000. And the top-tier SRT Banshee with 800 horsepower, that could push into the $90,000 to $100,000 range depending on options. Those are serious prices, higher than the old HEMI-powered Chargers. But here's the context. Electric powertrains are expensive, batteries are expensive, and Dodge is positioning this as a premium performance electric vehicle, not a budget muscle car. Compared to other electric performance sedans like the Tesla Model S, Plaid, or the Porsche Taycan, the Charger Daytona is actually competitively priced for the performance it offers. Operating costs will be different from gas-powered muscle cars. No more premium fuel, no more oil changes. Electricity is cheaper than gas for daily driving, but insurance will be expensive because of the performance and value. Maintenance should be simpler with fewer moving parts, but battery replacement down the road will be a major expense if needed. Dodge will offer financing through Stellantis Financial Services. The resale value is a complete unknown because this is a brand new segment. Will electric muscle cars hold value like classic HEMI cars did? Nobody knows yet. Early adopters are taking a risk, but that's always true with revolutionary new vehicles. Here's what really matters about the Charger Daytona EV, and this is the heart of the debate. Dodge had a choice. They could have kept building HEMI V8s until regulations forced them to stop, then just disappeared from the performance car market entirely. Or they could evolve, try something new, build an electric muscle car that carries the Charger name into an electric future. They chose evolution, and honestly, that took courage, because they knew muscle car fans would be angry. They knew people would complain about fake exhaust sounds and missing V8 rumble. They knew the internet would explode with debate. But they built it anyway because the alternative was giving up on performance cars entirely. This car will never sound like a Hellcat. It will never feel like a Hellcat. It's something completely different. But it's genuinely fast. It's genuinely capable. And it keeps the Charger name alive, when it could have just died with the HEMI. Is that enough? For some people, absolutely. For others, never. And honestly, both sides have valid points. To wrap this up, The 2026 Dodge Charger Daytona EV represents the end of an era and the beginning of something completely different. It's the death of the HEMI V8 that powered American muscle for generations. But it's also Dodge's attempt to build an electric muscle car that honors that legacy, while embracing a new future. Is it a real muscle car? That depends on your definition. If muscle means V8 sound and tire smoke and raw combustion power, then no, this isn't it. If muscle means straight-line performance, aggressive styling, and American attitude, then maybe this actually works. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited about electric muscle cars, or does this feel like betrayal? Would you buy a Charger Daytona EV, or are you holding out for gas power? Can an electric car ever truly be a muscle car? I genuinely want to hear your thoughts, because this is one of the most divided topics in the car community right now. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. Subscribe to Axion Auto for more honest reviews that tackle the controversial topics. Turn on notifications so you catch our next video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.